Hi, I'm Antonio Centeno, the founder of Real Men Real Style, and today we're going to be talking about the sweater vest and why wear it. Okay, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button right above. And if you like this video, go ahead and click on the like as well. These things help me know whether or not these videos are good, whether or not to create more like this. And if you want to learn more about what we're talking about here in the video, then go ahead and click on the article down below. I always link you to a relevant article so that you can learn more about what we're talking about here. Okay, the sweater vest, why wear it? I'm really going to get into two reasons, and number one is function, number two is style. So starting with function of the sweater vest, and you can see I'm wearing one right here. I love sweater vests. They fit well under a jacket, and the first reason for wearing one is that it does keep you warm. It provides a layer of warmth. Mine's made out of 100% wool, and wool has the unique property of retaining heat, unlike a cotton dress shirt, which doesn't do as great of a job. So with a very thin layer, I'm able to stay warm and still look, pretty sleek and slim. I can dress sharp, but I don't have to throw on a big overcoat. And actually, if it's really cold, I could throw on an overcoat with the sweater layered underneath, and all of this is just going to help keep me warmer. Okay, number two is it gives a sense of more of a formality. So kind of like a three-piece suit. And the three-piece suit came about as kind of as an answer to the double-breasted suit and the more closed-up look. Because you don't have as deep of a V, even though I'm wearing a single-breasted jacket here, it looks like the V is narrower, and that gives a more closed-up look. And that more closed-up look is a more formal look. And so by doing that, it just takes it a step higher. In addition, if I were to take off this jacket, then what we would see is even with the dress shirt and trousers, that is not going to be, we see that all the time. But wear a vest over that, or especially a sweater vest, all of a sudden it gives a bit more of a formal look. It's a more monochromatic look. Well, it depends. If you're wearing, like with this, it would be more monochromatic because I'm wearing a pair of raw denim, so they're an indigo color. If wearing them with this color, with this dark blue sweater vest here, you're going to get a very up and down, easy allows the eyes to go up and down. And what that does, it's going to make me look slimmer, and it's going to make me look taller. And it's kind of like an optical illusion because, again, it allows the eyes to go up and down. They don't get stuck anywhere. Because if you're wearing a white shirt with a dark pair of trousers, where are the eyes going to get stuck at? Right there in the center where the trousers meet the white shirt, because there's so much contrast there. So again, you get rid of contrast, you allow the eyes to go up and down, create a slimmer, more masculine look. Finally, if I'm not wearing this jacket, I can have a more formal look with more freedom of movement. So let's say this jacket's getting a bit restrictive, take it off, and I've still got a pretty buttoned up look, but I don't have the issue of having a jacket on. Okay, so that's when it comes to function. Now when it comes to style, the great thing is you get to bring in texture. And texture is something that a lot of guys never think about. But if you're wearing, let's say, and it doesn't have so much of an effect with this jacket because this jacket already has a napped feel and napped texture to it. But if I were wearing a very slick jacket, let's say or a suit made from worsted wool, then by introducing this sweater, all of a sudden I'm bringing in a napped, very soft feel. And it gives, texture just... how sometimes you see a couch or you see a blanket and you just want to put your hands around it, or you just want to go to sleep and wrap yourself in that thing? Well, you can send the same signal, with some of the clothing, that people get it's more of a softer feel, and you're able to, bring in texture. So consider that. Another one is color. Now this one creates kind of a monochromatic view with the shirt I'm wearing. But if I wanted to bring in a red or a gray, all of a sudden, or even one that's got a pattern in it, I could bring in a unique sense of color and contrast into the outfit without being overlandish, because this is the only color they're going to see. And if I'm wearing a jacket over this, I could have, something that's got a plaid pattern in it, or something that's got a little bit brighter color here. You don't want to go too bright, but you can go with something that draws a little bit of attention to this area. And so that color introduces a very unique style aspect as well. And all of this plays into helping you stand out when it comes to style and create a little bit more of a message that most guys don't even think to wear any type of vest. And if you don't see yourself wearing a vest by itself, then try wearing it under your jacket if you normally wear a jacket. And go for something really lightweight so you don't get overheated. But you'll find that it's going to look really great. And I could have worn a tie with this, and that probably would have looked pretty well, but really nice. But I decided not to for this video. But you can see where I'm going. Have fun with the sweater vest. It's a great item to have in your wardrobe. I think it should be part of a core wardrobe, at least. And it doesn't get as hot for a lot of guys. They overheat. It's not going to be as hot as a full sweater. And you don't have to necessarily go, I've got a button up here. You could go with without the buttons. You could even look to have something. They've got crew neck ones out there. I like the V-neck a bit more, but find what fits you and wear it. And I'll see you in the next video. It's been Antonio Centeno with Real Men Real Style. Take care. Bye-bye.